Hey everyone, I am pleased to introduce you to the newest member of our family, Bookcase 10, and his sister Bookcase 11. Recently got these two. I know you really can't tell because they're just black and big, but I got them in the mail the other day, and so this horrible red thing I have emptied. The contents lie there, and the plan is to disassemble that, put up those in its place, and I will show you guys exactly how I make shelves like these look like shelves like those in just a second. So back with a little more, I've put the shelves here where I want them, where that red thing used to be. Disassembled the red thing off camera because that would be pretty damn hard to do one-handed. And I told you that there were specific shelves that I wanted to get for Target, and apparently they really did discontinue them because the ones that I bought that were the same brand still aren't what I wanted. They aren't what these are. They're a little more shallow, but we're gonna work with them because what they have are these holes here. Now a lot of bookshelves, they'll say that they're adjustable shelving, but they're not completely. What I mean by that is they will have like 5 holes that you can choose from, but the cool thing about these ones is they have the whole length holes, which means that one, we can put them literally wherever we want them within the space of an inch. So that is what gives us this tight little gap here and fills them all up. And 2, this leaves room for extra shelves because standardly I did is, if you go to your local hardware store, I went to Home Depot, they probably have the same thing at Lowe's, but they have these already right down here. I'll show you, right there. These shells, they're the regular black fake wood shells, the particle board shells, but they look exactly like what we've got here. And what I did was I cut them so they would fit. I'll show you guys. And I just did this out in my garage, and hopefully, yep, see, so sure enough, they fit right in there, and they look kind of different, but you really honestly can't tell. So I'm gonna dust them, obviously, because they've got sawdust everywhere, and then I will show you guys the next step. Hey guys, different day, different shirt. I actually injured myself doing this next part, so if you are following along, make sure that you are very careful. This little piece right here is it's a little piece of trim, and I just popped a nail in on each side, and this has a couple purposes. One, and the main one is, if you can see, I'll just pull out some volumes right here. I've got that little wood piece back there, and I've got it with all the shelves, and so when you push the volumes back, they will hit that little wood piece and not go back any further. And this leaves this big empty space back here, which is also nice for, like, not so much hiding things, but you've got a lot of room. And some things that I'm like, oh, I don't need this right now, but I'll get to it eventually, or whatever, you can put it back there. So I actually have a lot of space. You can tell the shelves are fairly wide. So that's as far as the books go. So I've got like double the space back here. And for a while I used to have other books, but I've since gotten more shelves so I can put them up. So what I did to get these all nice and even, I have a DVD, just any DVD will do, and DVDs and manga are roughly the same width, and so this is actually a little bit wider than regular DVDs, but I put that right up next to the trim. I made it so that it's flush with the shelf itself, and so I just backed up the trim right next to it, popped in a nail on each side, and that gives it enough support to not move, and I can put my books right up next to it. So I finished installing the trim against the back of all the shelves, or I guess the middle of all the individual shelves. Looks like that. I left the bottom ones without them. There's nothing there because I'm going to be putting bigger, larger, wider books and things like that on the bottom. But so that's all done. The only thing left to do is to load it up. One more thing though I wanted to say is when you're putting these in, just something that from experience I'm aware of now, and I wish I had realized it sooner, but the shells are not all made the same. I mean they're made the same, but it's not great quality craftsmanship coming from $26 shelves. So you can see these little like countersinked screws. They hold everything together. Sometimes you get one that doesn't stay in, and so I put tape over this one. You're not going to be able to see it once I actually have books in it, but when you slide it back, the front cover, the back cover will get damaged if anything's popping out. So you want to make sure that everything's flush with the inside, just because I messed up a lot of book covers that way. And then these little things down here, they actually came with the bookcases, kind of like a packing, so they wouldn't get damaged, the corners of the shelves wouldn't get damaged. But I've put them underneath, and I actually have, under these ones, I've got little like thumbnails, a couple of them, under each one, and it just pushes it up ever so slightly right here, so that the shelves, because everything's going to be loaded up in the front, I don't want them tipping over, or at least having the risk of tipping over. So you can see from the back, this one's kind of doing it. It's just pulled away from the wall about an inch there, but they're pretty damn heavy. These ones, however, since I don't have anything on them, they're right up close next to the wall right there. So it looks good. I don't like bolting things to the wall, and they come with fasteners if you guys aren't, maybe if you have kids or pets or anything like that, the shelves could tip over. But I'm not gonna be like hanging on them myself. I just kind of want them to look good. So that's about it. The top part, if you guys are wondering about up here, these are DVD cases that I got from Walmart. I will put a picture up on screen right now, and then a link in the description if you guys want to check those out, where I got those. Don't remember how much they were. I can't imagine them being too much money, but since I said before that books are the same size as DVDs, they actually fit perfectly, and the idea was to have one on top of the other for the DVD shelves. I didn't like that, nor did I have room because my ceiling ends up there, so I made them, I did not follow the instructions, but I made them how I wanted to, and the result ended up like that. So each one came in two parts, and I'm just kind of flipping them around to get that look there. I might do that over here, just to give it a little bit more room, or put up a poster, or wall scroll or something. But that's about it. If you guys have other questions, I'm going to be loading up the bookshelf, and I'm going to actually move a couple of these around here because I need more space. Things like Fairy Tale I haven't finished, things like Bleach I need more of, and I just need more room. So some of them are going in there. If you have any questions, though, is what I was trying to say, make sure that you ask me, put them in a comment, and I will get back to you. But I think I did my best to answer any questions that other people have had. But if I don't, like I said, feel free. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later.